viewers, come into the warm house before it gets way too hot. I've shut down one of the fans, but I can't shut down the other one because of the temperatures in here. So, but I wanted to see, guess what we have here, right under our little nose. And that is nearly all flowers opened on Dendrobium glomeratum. It's one of my passionate flowers because I passionately love it. And if we can go in close to that, if I hold that up there. It is just awesome. And there's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 on there. 1, 2, 3, 2. There's 6 on there. I think there's 5 on the other one. And it's the one that's the same. Glomeratum is Violaceum, so it comes from Papua, I think, Papua New Guinea. Thereabouts anyway, and likes to be warm. And I think this outstripped. I've waited nearly 2 years for this flowering to be this good. Last year and the year before, it was 1 flower or 2 flowers on the end of one spike, and this year on the end of its 3 bald spikes we've got clusters of blooms. But I think clusters are the optimum word because they are stunning. The colour is stunning, and I like the crosses they make with them with the Cuthbertsonii, which is why I got them. And that flower, it takes into the Cuthbertsonii when they do the hybrids, and that flower comes out a lot of the time. And hopefully that other flower on there, water on there, what was one? That's open. Yeah, there's just 1 more to open on there. There's 5 on there. 1 more to open on there. Hopefully that will be open tomorrow, and I can take the pictures of it to enter in the virtual show. It's going on at the BOC and the OSGB, Orchid Society of Great Britain. Although how I'm supposed to take the picture of that plant, I don't know, because those canes are they're heading on to 3 foot long. This will be the next one that loses its leaves. Those 2, 3 different bald canes. That one didn't flower. And then it's got the 1, 2, 3 shorter ones which will grow on, and hopefully you see them. I think I'll have to take it out of there if you want to see that, because they're up there. There they are. So there's that one behind it, and that one, and that one. There's no others been put out this year yet, but these are still growing. They've not got their terminal leaf, so there's a lot more growing these have got to do. And this one, he stopped growing, so that'll be the next bald cane for next year. But I'm hoping that next year it really will wow us all. And in my experience, it only grows at the end of the cane. I don't know it to do anything else. But you know what? It wants to do that at the end of its canes in my greenhouse. Who am I to argue with it? Indeed, I'm not, so I won't. But that's the first thing we came in here for. The other thing we came in here for, amongst others, was this little beauty, which is the new Dendrobium, the Hemimelanoglossum, which had the wonderful, wonderful 4 leaves. I think all of them, that one's, no, he's just about opened his end flower. Been waiting for him to open their end flower so that I can photograph them. Although, quite how, I'm going to get a picture of that. I don't know. It doesn't lend itself to photography very well, this plant, but it is stunning. I'm told it's supposed to be perfumed, but I can't smell it. But the inside, the centre of those flowers are virtually, they are black. New growth already appeared, so we've got to grow him on. I had these 2 when I bought it. I bought it last year in September from Trey Sanders when I went with Roger to the Welsh Orchid show, which hopefully we were going to go to this year, this September, but nobody's cancelled it yet, but give them time. So that's another little beauty, all 4 opening, which I really, really like. We have a Dendrobium dicksonianum flower. I love this. Love this plant. Love the flowers. What I didn't know was that you've got open bits this side. You've got closed bit that side and an open bit that side. So they show 2 different ways, which is quite good. And there's 2 flowers down there, so it's 4 flowers on this one. So he's growing quite well. The one that is Unicum hasn't put up any flowers yet to compare it with, so I don't actually know whether that one will, but we shall see what we shall see. Now, what we need to do is move you that way, move you that way, move you out the way. Oh, I don't want to be in the way of that thing, do I? I don't want to be in the way of that thing, because I need to show you Mr. Eximium. He's looking really good. Mind you, so are the other Latourias. This one, which is Violaceum. I'm going to take you out of there. Come on. Get you in on those flowers. Still not as stunning as... they're lovely, don't get me wrong. Still not as stunning as Rhodostictum. That has got something else on the... But look at those that haven't opened yet. Look at the spots. And the surprise of what's to come inside. They are gorgeous. Can we open you up a bit, please? Let's see your insides. Look. Glorious, glorious colours in there. Patterns, colours, you name it. And then over there, we've got a hybrid. Hiding back there. Hiding back there. Oh, that's lost a leaf on you. How dare he molt on you? Let me take you out on this because all of the flowers, all 4 spikes are fully open. Have been for 3 weeks and will continue to be for quite some time. So hairy, these flower spikes. Look at them. Just look at them. I haven't got so many spots on the back as Violaceum that we've just seen, but nonetheless, and not such dark colours in the lip, but still stunning, still really, really good flowers. And this one which is Nora. Let's get you out, shall we? We can reach you. This is Nora Tokunaga. So this is a hybrid, which is beautiful. She's got some lovely, dainty little flowers. And it's Rhodostictum crossed with something, I think, if I've got that right. I don't know quite, I can't remember what. But it's got the shape of the leaves of petals as Rhodostictum. This is a new one, I bought it this year. He needs some water actually. He needs some water. Oh, and here, right behind it, hanging from where I watered it, something else we need to look at. Not a Dendrobium. It's my miniature Phalaenopsis Parishii. And believe it or not, it's got 7 flower spikes. They're so tiny, so I don't think they're all going to grow, but there's 4 there, 4 separate spikes. There. And there's 3 there. These 3 tend to be coming out together. This one has come up bumped away from the others, but I'm expecting some to abort because they can't all open if they don't grow any length on those spikes. They won't open at all. Now the small frog has come on. We're not going to be able to stay out here, I don't think. Let's prop you there, because look at this. Dendrobium tiongai is flowering again. Oops. So gorgeous. And it's got flowers up there. There's about, I think that's 2 clumps up there. That's 3 or 4 over there. It's got 1, 2, 3 down there on that cane. There's 3 clumps down there, and there's another clump down there. And this is its first flowering since last year. It flowered twice after I got it last year, and I got it in July. This again came from Trey, and we've got 1, 2, we've got 3 new canes coming on. There's still this cane to lose its leaves. This one's flowering on a cane that is half-leaved, but I'm not gonna say no to that. And here we have Ascophanetia cherry blossom. With 2 flower spikes. Now it's a Neophanetia crossed with, would imagine Ascocentrum, but I can't remember without looking. But he's going to have 2 nice flower spikes, and as you can see, the roots are in water. And this little thing here, it's a rubbishy spike from my Tolumnia scandens, my species, that grows and grows and grows, backwards and forwards, and up and down, and then it finally put that flower spike up. It's been doing that for 2-3 years before it decided to flower. What I thought of flowers previously weren't, but it should have more than that, so it obviously needs to be kept wetter, I think, than that. But we shall see. What we've got up here is Ascophanetia pinky, Neophanetia calcata crossed with Rincostylus. Is it Rincostylus? I think so. Gigantea rubra. So it's I think it's Neostylus ruby, if I remember rightly its name. And also here, my Achii has got another clump of buds there, another clump of buds there. So he keeps growing like crazy, crazy, crazy. Gowans Tangelo, the flowers are just beginning to go over. It's flowering on the whole length of the spikes. There, right the way there, right the way down there. Down there, that one's going. More down there. Those two down there. So that is all of it done now, all of it open. Now, this, if you may remember, was what I potted up with bits of dicksonianum cutting. Well, they weren't cuttings, it was flowers, spikes of plants that were going all mushy at the bottom not long after I got them. They were about 5 inches tall, but the woman had planted them too deep in the media, in moss, and it had made them go all squishy at the base. So I decided to cut them into lengths. You can see the lengths because, although that's got roots growing in, I don't want to pull that out. They're growing. I think I threw a couple of them away. That is a different plant growing on that I broke. And if I could remember what it was when it broke the end off, I would tell you. I think it's Dendrobium, but I might be wrong. But as you can see, look, and on this one, this is going for broke. We've got 3 lots of growth. That one's the last one to go, and he's put up a little one. He's put up one. There's a little one on there and a little one down there. Nice 2 on there. And a nice 2 on there. The Senilli, that there was some bits left, didn't look as though it was going to do anything, but it's still in there, holding in there. That looks to be a bit of, I don't know. I don't think that's going to do anything. But this is just awesome. And then now that the roots have started to grow, I'm guessing I could actually leave the lid off, but I'm not going to because I quite like it. Because they're growing on nicely and nothing can get to them. So, here is my lid. My lid is going back on there. I had to bring it down off the shelf because it was up on the high shelf. Because it was too hot up there for it and I didn't want to ruin them. Now we've got here something that Lynn's just knocked down. A very interesting plant that I bought. Oh, this was at Reslington. Dendrobium lobulatum it's called. And it's very interesting. This is how it grows. Lots of lovely growth on it. Nice new lump of growth on it. There. There's a new one coming. But it has flowers. The dinkiest of flowers. Can you see? Let's see if we can get in. Let's hold it down there. Now that is never going to be an in-your-face plant. What I don't know is whether they're supposed to have more than one dainty flower on the end of each of these. That's 100% increase on last year. I had one on one growth last year. This year I have 2. So it's growing, isn't it? And it's flowering. Not much, but it is doing some. So we also have Phalaenopsis. These flower spikes on. They've got a bit to go yet. They will open soon. So apart from that, there's not. Apart from that beauty there, not a lot. Not a lot, she says. I'm happy with what I've got in flower. To be fair, I'm loving what it looks like out here. There are more that could flower, but I'll have to be patient and wait. The ones that I expected to flower are flowering, so and I'm over the moon with glomeratum, so I've got Violaceums on the go, one named Violaceums, one named, two I think named glomeratum. All of them are growing. The other glomeratum is younger, but it's growing the spikes, it's pulling out new growth, so I know that's happy. But this has to be my favourite colour, and currently my favourite, next to the Dicksonianum, my favourite plant out here. Oh, what we also have is my Leptotis bicolour with its 3 flowers, sort of end to end. If you look, last year this died off in the middle, and I took it all out, picked it all out and left it because it was growing. But once it's finished growing now, once these have gone, where are you? There. I'm going to undo it and I'm going to put it back together and hope that it picks up. I've got another one that is growing better flowers than this. They're chunkier. Let me move this tripod. Oops, let's not do that. Move this tripod and see if I can reach it. This is the first time flowering one. Oh no, it had 2 on this one, not 1. I thought it was just 1. Yeah. And his flower had more substance to it, so I'm guessing I need to resurrect the other one. He had a flower there, that one's just about finished. But I've seen these with flowers covering them, which is what I'm aiming for, but we shall see. I keep it in the warm end, it likes it here. It's got lovely little roots, growing beautifully. I just want more flowers. So I need to check and see if there's anything I should be doing that I'm not doing on that one. But on that note, I'm going to melt if I stay here much longer. I need to get out of here. I need to get the fan back on and get back indoors, because it's the first opportunity I've had to come out here when the weather's been conducive. We have a cooler day today with wind, no rain, just wind. So on that note, I will go. We need to take some pictures of the delightful glomeratum tomorrow, I hope. So hope you're all doing okay. Hope you can see that you're finally coming out the other side of all this craziness that's going on. I wish I could. I wish things were quicker in what they were doing, but it is what it is, and we have to do what we have to do. So we have to put up with it and not moan, just be sensible. But I am getting a little bit fed up currently, especially when I can't get in the greenhouse and do the things I need to do. But say lovely. Oh, I know, one more thing before I go. I'll bring it in. So it's in the intermediate house. You need to see this. All 3 flowers open. Regina. What I found very bizarre, and I took some pictures of, because now at the base of the flower on the back it's all white, but when they were growing before they opened, this was a very magenta-y colour, but now it's getting its blue tinge. And we have 2 more growths. There's this one going on, that's still growing. There's 3 still growing. These 2 are the newer ones, but this was the one that I found in Burnham's in December, at least 3 years ago this December, when my husband and I were staying down there for a couple of the days, and my daughter was looking after the dogs, and I went ferreting in the greenhouse, and this was just a one, well, you can see how tall it was. That's how high the spike was. It was a single spike in a pot, for sale, and I paid £15 for it, but now it's doing quite well. So on that note, I will say goodbye, and then you've got all these different colours you can look at. I can't wait for that to get some more grow on and get some more flowers and spikes. It'll be delightful. But on that note, I'll say bye-bye now. Thank you for watching, and see you again soon. Bye-bye.